is the continuation of 7 Fat Cows, 7 Skinny Cows, the Joseph Principle to Financial Prosperity. Here are the identification of the 7 fat cows. If you are a teenager or someone in their mid-20s who's still at home, don't really have any serious or real bills or expenses to pay off. I mean, you might have your car payment, insurance, phone bill, and things like that, but nothing real like mortgage and things that you're committed to where you have to pay. You are at home and you're comfortable and you have some small expenses. So let's say your small expenses on a monthly basis consists of $300, but your income that comes in on a monthly basis is $1,000. So after all your necessary expenses, you have $700 to play with. Understand this. This is your 7 fat cows. It's not the way life is always going to be. Understand that. Understand that this is a season. This is a time where your income is way more than your expenses, and what you do with your income today or for the next several years that you're going to be able to be benefiting from this season determines if this season is going to last for you or is 7 skinny cows on their way for you. So I have $700. I mean, I've been in this situation before. I did not know this principle, so I'm glad I'm teaching it to you. Hopefully you don't make the mistakes I've made. But what I did with my 7 years of prosperity, I got more J's, more movies, more bowling, pool, traveled. So instead of using that time to invest, to save for investing, so that when the 7 skinny cows come along, I prosper even more. I actually just enjoyed myself. I brought my expenses over time right up to actually beyond my income. Now that is where 7 skinny cows comes in. Now, if you're not a teenager, there's other times where this happens. But I find that from my studies, the best time this happens is when you're a teenager or someone who's living at home and you have more income than you do with expenses. Another time this happens is when you're living day to day and you have your monthly expenses and debts and you have your income. And let's say that they are balanced. Your income match your expenses. And then you get a raise or you get a bonus or you change job where they are paying you time and a half more or double time more. This is another time of 7 fat cows, where now if your income was $1,000 and your expenses was $1,000, now your income's $1,500 and your expenses are still $1,000 for the time being. You need to manage that. You need to, the financial principle is called pay yourself first. I'm taking it out of Joseph's principle, but there is a financial principle that called pay yourself first. It came out of, the first time I've read it and heard about it was The Richest Man in Babylon, amazing financial book. And that's the first time I've heard about it. And then many others have repeated that principle. Pay yourself first. Well, Joseph said you should take 20% when you are at that place of 7 fat cows. You should take 20%, store away so that when opportunities come, you are able to keep the fat cows going, keep the good years going, keep the good time going. If you do not do that, if you think this is the way life is going to be, where you're always going to have more income than expenses, you are sadly mistaken, and unfortunately you're a little bit naive. And what will happen is over a short period of time, your expenses will meet your income, and a little bit more time, your expenses will surpass your income. And this is where credit cards will come in, debts will come in, and you'll be overwhelmed. So these are the times that you have to pay attention to your finances, where it is more than your expenses, and you have to use that Joseph principle. Take 20% out of that, store it, not so you can go on vacation, not so you can buy a new living room set, not so you can buy the latest TV, but so that you can wait for the right opportunity to invest that and keep the good time going. Thank you. This is Building Your Worth. Hopefully this message is really something that you can use or teach your children and be prepared for. Because after every bad years come good years. And when good years pass, bad years come. But your good years can last much longer if you understand what to do with them. Thank you. Have a blessed day.